Hi everybody, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone is well. I had made a complete video on these right here. Let me just turn down the brightness some. And I got rid of the video because people were saying that it was too dark. On my end, it looked okay. And then I guess on your end, it didn't look, I guess, as bright. I don't know. But I'm trying to show you again what these are. So I got rid of the tutorial of how I did these. So if you are curious on how I did these, I'm sorry, but I'm definitely going to go back and revisit this plate, so don't you worry. It was a beautiful, a beautiful orchid plate. Over here bumping the camera. I'll still show you what the plate looks like. It is Maniology M606. Let me just get something to clean it up really quickly. So I got rid of that footage and I was trying to edit it, and then I ended up, I don't know what I did, but for some reason my intro didn't look correct, and because I had to resave the video completely, it didn't let me go back, and I don't know what was going on. So I was like, you know what, let me just get rid of the video, which I didn't really want to do, but I got rid of the video. I got these new bottles and I'm not liking how they dispense. So if you did not know, I do have a discount code with Maniology. Okay, I still got stamping polish on it, so we will I feel like it should dispense easier. I feel like I shouldn't have to pump it that many times. But alright, here we go. I just want you to see a little bit better. And let me go ahead. Maybe because it's too low, I probably have to fill these bottles up. But I mean, whatever's in there should be able to dispense. Right? Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Here is Maniology plate. What did I say? M606. Alright, here is the plate, nice and cleaned up for you so that you can see it a little better. Let me get a little bit closer. Here is the plate that I used, and I really only used 1, 2, 3, 4 images on it. I didn't use any of these in here, so I can't wait to go back and use this plate again. Excuse my cuticles because I do not have any cuticle oil on, and I didn't want to get any oil on these plates. But we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I just wanted to clean up a little bit. We'll get rid of that after I put it away. So I just wanted to show you what I did yesterday, and then because I got rid of the video, I wasn't able to show you the full tutorial, but these were a lot of fun to do. I love the way that the little orchid came out. 3D takes up a lot of the nail, but I think still think she came out really, really cute. I love the foils that I used on this set. But yeah, so we will go ahead and put this plate away. We're going to do something a little bit different in this video, something that I have been wanting to do for quite the while. I'm going to show you first a couple things that I bought and then we'll get out everything else. So I bought some new beads. I thought this was going to be a nail video. It is not going to be a nail video today, unfortunately. But I bought these seed beads in many different colors. There's so many different colors here to choose from, so I can't wait to get into those. And then the star of the show, I bought a bead spinner. This is the very first bead spinner that I have ever bought. I've never used a bead spinner before. I have, as you know, been wanting to make some bracelets, and I made a few by hand. But I thought when I saw this, I thought, oh, that's kind of genius. It'll help me string the beads onto the string, on the hook, and then onto the string. And I don't know if it works with every beads, but I do see that it works with seed beads. I have seen that it works with some glass beads, clay beads, and I'm not sure what other beads it works with. But this kit is cool because it is a bracelet making kit. It is by Sunfatt on Amazon. I will make sure to leave this description in the link below, but you make sure that you are able to visit that link if you want, if you're interested in this kit here. But we're going to open it up together. And it was a very affordable kit. I saw many spinners and I went with this one. This one is electric. It is not a hand spinner. So it comes with a couple of things. I already have some needles, but it does come with some more needles. It comes with a type of string. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using that, but it comes with instructions, of course, which is necessary if you do not know how to use something. It comes with this 0.4 Crystal Tech stretchy string. I've got quite a few of these. I don't know how strong they are. I mean, I'm really pulling on it and it's not stamping, so maybe this is some good stuff. But I think I've used this before. I'm not really sure. There is some sort of power cord in there. So I see. Let's open this up. Sorry for the crinkling. All right, let's see what's in here. We've got some more stretchy string. Is it stretchy? Yep. Oh, this stuff seems a little bit stronger than that other stuff there. We've got a couple of findings. There's some findings in here. There are some lobster clasps, some rings in here. I don't know what these are for. Probably, I think these are clasps, maybe to make the bracelets. Here are some gold beads. I see some little stars and things in here. And also they provide you with some charms. Just a few charms in there. Really cute though. Okay. Then also you get some gold charms with some cute little, I forgot what kind of shells these are called. They're cold. I wonder if they're real because they're freezing. But they drilled a hole into it so that you could make it into a bead, or is that just a natural hole in there? I'm not really sure. But this would have been cute for in the summer when I went on my little trip. Here are a pair of scissors and some tweezers. This kit literally gives you everything. It's not just the spinner itself. So here you have the spinner with a power cord, and we're still not done. Let's take this box away. We have here some, I did buy these seed beads, but also in the kit, they do give you some clay beads. And I have yet to use clay beads, but along with the clay beads, they do give you some letter beads. And then they have some hearts and smiley faces. And then these would be really cute, I think, for maybe like Halloween vibes or something like that. They're just little smiley faces. And then they give you the spinner. So here, I think, is the top of the spinner. It comes with a lid. This is what it looks like. It has like some cloud designs on the sides. And it has a little piece here where I'm assuming the second part, or the main part of the spinner kind of fits right in there. And they do give you a lid. Maybe if you wanted to store some beads, I'm assuming that that's what that is for, because you can't use the spinner if you have the top on it. And then the main part of the spinner, where I'm guessing the motor is, because this is an electric spinner. I think it's so cute. It came pink. The cord is white. It does have these little grips on the bottom so that it can sit right on your work surface. Here it is, there is a USB where you would plug it into if you have a USB. It doesn't have a regular cord. I'm not sure what it is called, but this is a USB, so that's cool because right under my desk I have a USB little outlet where that can go, so I can work right on my desk. And then here is where the speed control is, and then it goes right and also, or maybe forward. What would it be? Wouldn't it be right and left? Right and I don't know. It would it be? No, it's not right. Reverse. I'm sorry. Right and left. Reverse. I heard you guys screaming. Reverse and forward. Goodness. I'm like right and left. That doesn't make sense. Forward. Hopefully you guys laughed with me because that was funny. So yes, reverse and forward, and then in the middle I guess would be maybe that off button. I'm assuming. I don't know. We would have to test it out. But today we're going to test this thing out and see how it works. I want to maybe put in some of those seed beads and see if we can make ourselves a little bracelet. I'm going to put a couple of things over to the side because I don't think we're going to use everything at the moment. I already have a little bead needle out already, so I'm just going to grab that one. And then let's see. My spacer beads. I don't think we want spacer beads. Seed beads. We're just going to try seed beads for now. Let's try seed beads for now and see what happens before we start playing around with other beads. Let's try the bead spinner with the smallest bead that I currently have, which are the seed beads. So here are my hooks. I'm just going to grab one out. It does come with hooks with this, for the spinner, but I've already got some open. I brought my own, so I'm just going to see how this works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll go ahead and use the other one that it came with. So let me go ahead and plug this in really quickly and I'll be right. So it is plugged in. Alright. It is plugged in. Let's see if it turns on. I just bought it, so I want to make sure that it works. Let's see. Oh, okay. Alright. It does turn on. Let's attach this piece. I've seen many videos on how to use it. So I'm just going to go off of what I've watched. I'm going to open this up. What colors? Not what kind. What colors do we want to use? What colored bracelet? Do I want to start with a pink bracelet, a black and white one? Maybe should we do like a Halloween vibes, like orange, black? I don't want these to get mixed up. It's probably going to happen. Let me get, because that's gonna frustrate me for some reason. Oh, these, I like seed beads because they are so tiny and they're glass, right? But they're so cool to the touch. I think that's why I like glass beads, because they just feel cool on your skin. And it's almost like a cooling effect. I don't know about you, but to me, they're like really cool on the skin. Okay, let me stop bumping you. That'd be great. All right, I need like a little scooper doop. I need a little scooper doop. I need one of those little tiny spoons. I used to have one and I don't know where it went. So for right now, I guess I'm going to use my little cuticle pusher. Let me just, all right. So maybe we'll do like Halloween vibe, orange. I'm going to try my best to make a couple bracelets. I'm not wanting this video to take forever, but I did want to do something different. So let's do like orange, but let's do like this orange. orange, black. I kind of want to do like orange, black, and white. So let's take, I don't even know how many beads to use either. Like, I don't know if I should use a lot, a little. I guess if we use, oh, this is going to take forever, ain't it? And then I'm dropping beads. These two beads look like they're stuck together. Then I'm going to separate. That one's not going to string, is it? Maybe. Look, I can't even get it. She just wants to get buried. Oh, no. You're just going to frustrate me by being there because you're not supposed to be there. I can't get it. Why doesn't she want to stay with me? I was trying to knock the purple one off. Girl, at this point I could probably get you with my nail. I was just trying to be cute and use a little cuticle pusher. Alright. Let's see. Let's get some orange. Again, I don't know how much to use. So I also don't know because I'm not really experienced with kind of sizing my wrist out yet. I want to say I think 7 inches was the size I made the last bracelet that I used. You know what I could do? Hold on. Let's take a pause a moment. Let's get my bead board out really quickly. This is a bracelet I had made, and I want to see. It's not an 8-inch, see? Definitely a 7-inch. For sure. So I'm definitely a 7-inch wrist, and because we're using a spinner, I don't need a bead board. So let me get some beads into this thing. Sorry, I actually saw some really cute spoons that I want to get on Amazon. So we're going to do that. Sorry, this is so not aesthetic at all. But I'm more curious just to give this a go. Trial and error. Practice with it. Beads will probably fly all over the place. But I think that's the fun of. Hopefully they won't get all over the place. It might take a little bit of getting used to. But the last thing I want to do is spill this thing all over the place. Let's get a little bit more orange. I kind of think that is enough, but I don't know if it's enough. So, let's get into, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's just going to annoy me, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Diversity, I don't know. Maybe, who knows. But I feel like that annoys me. I don't know. All right. Well, because when you go for certain colors, you don't want to pick up 5 other colors. You want to go in for the color that you want, right? Let me close this before I make a mistake and spill the whole thing all over the place. Let's get our bead spinner centralized in the center. Do I need more beads? I don't know. Are they going to fly everywhere? I don't know. Thankfully, we have a top. Ooh. Well, that's fast. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe we don't need the top. That doesn't sound good. I'm lowering the speed. See that? If you be slower, and if you go to the right, it goes much faster. So I don't know. Let's try on a slower speed for now. Let's just see what happens. I'm taking my bead needle, and I'm gonna try to go at an angle. Oh, hello. The most crucial part we need to do. Let's shut this off for the moment. We need to string our stuff. Hello. We gotta string our string on the needle here. So on the end here, there's a tiny little hook. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Tiny little hook right there. So what I'm going to do is try to get that string. Excuse, make sure the glue, they need oil. Can't get oil on them until I'm done, because I didn't want to grease everything up. I'm trying to get the string on the little hook. Give me a moment. Let me do this off camera so that I don't bump anything. Okay. I just have to pull really hard and I didn't want to make a mistake. As you can see, I'm leaving it on the holder here. Let's go ahead and try this again. I'm going to just turn it forward again. Remember, I'm attached. And with a little angle, I'm going to kind of stick my hook, my beading hook, inside of the beads. And I already have one bead here. And we're just going to practice. 2, we've got 3. Oh, we've got a couple here. Oh, this is fun. This is definitely fun. Oh, this makes life so much easier today. There's no way I'm sitting here and stringing. I mean, we could. But it would be so much easier to string beads this way than on... I'm going to let a couple go because I did get a double bead here. And that just doesn't look right. So we're going to try that again. Hopefully we don't get the same double bead. I'm going to increase speed here. And just see what happens. Hopefully, yeah, okay. I see. Definitely a learning curve. Try not to hit the bottom with your needle. And with the seconds, you can see I've got some beads. So if you want, you can go ahead and push these. Hopefully these are not going to get caught. I have a feeling they are. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on, let me figure this out. Let's pause a minute. So I need to get these beads onto this string. And I need these beads to come off of the hook and onto the string. But if these beads don't want to come down on off of the hook onto the string, that might be why I need to use that other hook, because it's smaller. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do. That's okay. I just wanted to use this one just because I had this one already, but that's okay. There's a reason why it came with hooks itself. So, alright, no worries. Let's go ahead and get a smaller hook here. Makes sense. It's a smaller bead. Let's get a smaller hook. I do actually want to make some clay bracelets too. So there are different needles in here. This one comes with like a loop at the end. I'm not really sure how that one works, but I'm just going to stick to this one because that's the one that I kind of know how to use already. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to attach the string to the hook. Alright, I changed the hook again because I'm not really sure how to work this one. I don't really want to tie a knot. So I guess I'm just going to hold the string there. I don't know if this one's going to work like that. I have no idea. Alright, well, this is all part of learning. Let's see. Let's just try to get a few and see. You got to be going the right way. Hold on, let me try to reposition my hands. I've already got a couple on there. It's funny how it stacks the beads. We lost a few, but that's okay. Now, how are the beads going to get onto this string here? See, it doesn't even want to come up off of... Okay, I got one. I'm guessing that I might need... I don't know if I need a smaller... It does work. Like, I'm getting the beads to come off onto the string. It just takes a little bit of work. I just want to show you, because I do have to get the beads onto the string, right? So it takes a little bit of work to get it onto the string anyway. It's easy to come off the needle, but then to come onto the string, Maybe because this string is a little bit thicker because I have it doubled over so that I can not slip off. It's a little struggle to get it onto the string. But I don't get this one because I don't get the hooks that come with this kit because there's the one with the loop that I'm currently using now, and then we have a few that the hook on it is really tiny. So I don't even know if this string is going to even fit through that tiny little hoop there, because I feel like this string might be a little bit more thick. Is this one thinner? Let's see if this one is thinner. If this one's thinner, maybe we'll use this one. All right. Well, we might just have to use this thinner. I wanted to use the thicker string because it's thicker, but if we're going to have problems with these seed beads, then I'll just change up the string. It's all a learning curve and all new and different to me. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and practice more with that string at a different time. Let's go ahead and run that again. Let's go this way this time. Let's see what happens. We've got one. Oh, now we've got a few. I'm going to keep losing them. I want to pick it up. There we go. So that I can get some of them on the string. And now let's see what happens. Can I get them on the string? Yep, and that was much easier. Oh. There we go. Okay. So I get it. I got it. It just took us a little second. Alright, let's try that again. These beads are really tiny, and so they're hard to kind of grip onto, and you don't want to knock the needle because then it'll kind of knock the beads off. So once you've got some on there, I would suggest to just pull whatever you've got onto your string. See that? You've got some beads on there now. I'm going to keep going. Try not to bump it. This is so much easier. I think it probably should have more beads in it, but because I really don't know how many beads I'm supposed to put, I'm thinking I'm going to need much more. Don't lose your string. Woo! There we go. We had our first little disaster. Probably lost one or two. Definitely takes some getting used to. I definitely get it. Like, I get how to use it. If you're not careful enough, you can definitely have beads fly everywhere. And even if you're careful enough, it just takes some experience in getting used to. And most of these videos, to be honest with you, that I have watched with these bead spinners, they do have a bunch of beads in them. So I don't know if that's why this one is rocking a little bit, because it doesn't really have much in it. But again, I didn't really know how many beads to start off with. Definitely a learning curve. You want to stick your needle in at a certain kind of, I don't know if you want it's supposed to be 45 degree, I don't know, but I just know that you can't just like stick it right in. It's got to be at an angle. You also try your best not to touch the actual spinner itself because it will knock your beads off. So I'm going to go ahead and try to finish this up, and I will be right back. And actually, that might be, by the looks of it, that might be enough beads. Let's just grab the bead board and just measure for now and see how much. Oh, perfect. Look at that. I think it's pretty perfect. We might be over like a bead or two or three or four. Like I could knock off these couple and I think it'd be perfect. All right. So let's, obviously I need to go this way. Let's go ahead and try to tie this thing up then. That was fun. That didn't take long. It took long because it's a learning curve and I'm trying to learn how to, use everything. But I'm going to try to go ahead and push these beads as much as I can to the end. I actually have some scissors that are very similar to the ones that come in the kit already. So I'm just going to use those because I have them out so I don't have to open those. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to tie this thing up. I know that there are different ways to tie bracelets. Many people tie them differently. I'm going to try my best because I do have nails on. I'm going to try my best to tie it as tight as possible. But look, oh! Ah, okay. Well, we're not, yes, I did tie a little tight, but I have seen some people really, really tie their string really, really tight. But why did it even happen? I know that I tied it tight, but like I feel like it shouldn't even pop like that. You know why that was painful? Because it was at the end, like, and I'm gonna keep that in there. I could scream. I could scream. All right, well, crystal tack. I don't know, honey. You're a little thin. Like, look. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we're not friends anymore. You let me down, girl. You let me down. Why did I feel like that was gonna happen? So see, I knew I had it right when I wanted to use this thicker string. I think what I'm gonna do now, so that I can get the correct string for the seed beads, is actually I do have other string. Well, I have a 0.8 crystal tack, which is the same stuff that we have there. This is a 0.8. That one that I just broke was a 0.4. Yeah, I don't like this stuff. It breaks too easily. So we're probably not going to use that one. This one here I bought. Let's see how strong this stuff is. This one here I bought on Amazon. 0.8. I don't know. Let's see. Actually haven't tested this one out to see how strong it is yet. But there's quite a lot of string on here. I just don't know how strong it is. Don't you love it when they tie the string all up in there? Like, how am I supposed to unwind that and get that? Maybe that's not the string we're supposed to start with. Like, hello? Where are you? Don't you love when they do stuff like this? I just want to get the end of the string. Okay, got it. So, will this work with the seed beads, the string? I don't know. I know some fell to my floor because I felt it, but that's okay. I will get them later. And this stuff is thicker, but doesn't fit on the needle. That's the problem. Well, it does fit on the needle. It does fit on this specific needle, but then it doesn't fit. This specific string doesn't fit on the other needles. I'm gonna try to use this string again. The string that I used in the beginning of the video before we had our disaster. I don't know. I don't really know. Now I am scared to even make a bracelet. I think that's one of my worst fears to make bracelets, is to have them pop like that. I think that's why I never really attempted, or was like nervous to attempt to make them. There we go. See? When you find the rhythm. But then, these seed beads don't want to go over that little... See this? So we've got some on, right? But then these seed beads don't really want to go over that little hook there. So I gotta try to force them. You're just gonna... I am going to put these seed beads to the side for now so that I can try another bead, unfortunately, because I don't want to break these beads trying to get them past the needle. Let me find something to put these little guys in. And when I'm ready to use these seed beads, I'll just refer back to this little bin here. But I'm going to get some other beads so that we can hopefully make a bracelet. Alright, I've got a few little kits, and then if this doesn't work, then we're going to try the clay beads. The point is that I want to make at least one bracelet and get used to using the spinner so that I can, you know, get it to work. So we're going to use this little kit here, and hopefully these little glass beads will work for us. Again, we're going to attach our spinner, and with my fingers I'm going to just pick out a couple colors. So let's do the same colors that we were trying to do. We're going to do orange, black, and I've only got a few kind of like white, clear, but maybe we'll use the rest of those, or just a few. Alright, let's hope that that's enough to make a 7-inch bracelet. Let's put these here for the moment. Let's get our hook, and I'm hoping that these holes are big enough to pass through the needle, and of course it'll hopefully be bigger or fine to fit on the string. So let's try this again. Let's increase the speed. Ooh, see, these are a little bit different than these. Alright, I've got one. So it works. I just don't know how. You know, I've got to get the little angle. And of course, the beads have to be turned the right way so that it could kind of hook on the hook. So I've got 3 so far. Let's just see if it'll pass through. There we go. Alright, so there we go. Let's keep going here. Maybe I need to... Definitely is going to take practice. I think it definitely works better if there's more beads. So we've got a few on there, so let's keep it going. It's kind of fun, actually. think it's so funny how when you use the bead spinner, it kind of just like figures out, it'll just throw like a random pattern. If that makes any sense, like you're not choosing a pattern. The spinner and your needle, the colors are going to be at random. I think that's the cool part about the bead spinner, is that you're not really creating a pattern. It's kind of creating a pattern for you. So I think that's pretty cool. Trying to put them on here. There we go. We got a couple more. And this is a double one, so we're going to put that one to the side. That one's not going to work out. Got a few of those, and I don't really like that. Get another double. I wonder if I can get these to come apart. I might try off camera. See if I can get them to come apart. I think maybe because they're heavier, you know, they don't really want to. I'm not getting as many. Maybe a few at a time. There we go. I got 6 on there that time. Alright. Keep going here. I noticed that if I kind of stick my needle up, kind of like in a facing up, I kind of get more on there. Look at that. So, I think we should be getting to the point where we might even have too many beads on here. Yeah. I am predicting that we have too many beads, but let's check with our bead board. Come on, bead board. Alright, let's see. So we definitely have got too many beads. I think that we could take maybe 4 of them. I'm going to disattach my needle and my string here. I'm going to pull off 4 beads, put them to the side, and I have a perfect 7-inch bracelet. Now, here's the hard part, is tying the knot. I'm going to give myself more than enough string to tie. And what I was trying to say before the disaster happened was that I feel like I have seen people tie their bracelets all differently. So all I want to do is just make a knot. I want to make like an initial knot. And I'm kind of a little bit more comfortable with this string because this string seems much thicker. I'm going to tie a few more. I'm going to tie a few more knots here. Okay. Because I want this thing to be really secure. And I could use a little bit of glue to secure it. Trying to make this thing. Make sure this thing is real tight and secure. I think maybe I'll do another knot. I think I've done like 4 knots already. Did I even do a knot? I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to like intentionally break it, and it's not really coming undone. So that is cool. There's our first little Halloween bracelet, and it's perfect for my bracelet. Would it be cute if I got some little Halloween charms? That'd be really cute. Cute! I like it. I like it. Let's try to make another. I do have some strings that need to be cut off here, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment. I am going to, let's see. I wonder if I should try to make another bracelet with these beads and add to it since I have them already out. Should I mix them with like clay beads to make like a glass and clay bracelet? I haven't really seen that yet. Maybe that's something I can try. Maybe let's try that out. I'm going to go ahead and put these double beads away. At some point, I want to try to see if I can break them loose from each other. Whoop. As I knock you over. Let's get into these back here. Let me try not to boink you. I do want to make CP bracelets though. So that's unfortunate that happened. That's okay because things like that are going to happen and we learn from our mistakes. These are cute. Alright, let's open this thing up. And this is the kit that did come with the spinner. So I've never made a clay bracelet before, but I kind of want to add some of these hot neon orange clay beads in the mix. These are probably a little bit more fragile, so I would be careful with clay beads because they are much more fragile than a glass bead would be. I just want to see how this would turn out, if it would turn out right. Just a little practice here, just so that I could get used to seeing how the clay beads work. Now let's get some more of our string, which is the one that we used. Was this one? Yes. And we're going to get our favorites so far. Bead needle. I don't really... This one's okay with the loop, but I like this one better with the little hook. This one's got a little loop on it. This one's better. The only thing is that it takes me a second to get the string hooked on, but once you're hooked on, you are good to go. Alright, see? And action. Again, I don't know how this is going to work or if it's even going to work, but I'm trying to get glass and clay beads at the same time. So it did work. Look at that. I just want to be very careful with these clay beads because they can break. So when you get them on there, just be careful when you're pulling them down because they can break because they're delicate, because they are clay. I just need to figure out how, what angle, because I really need to get used to this thing. Because I've seen so many videos with the beads just going right on. But this is, yeah, it definitely takes some practice and some getting used to, because it works. It just, you've got to practice a bunch with it. For sure, definitely. There's definitely a learning curve to it. See? I just have to learn. And then you want to go opposite direction. You don't want to go with, because then the beads are just gonna fly on by and you're not gonna catch anything. So you want to go the opposite direction is what I'm learning. And I'm trying to figure out, like, should I hold if I hold the needle up, it doesn't catch anything because the beetles are spinning. The beads are spinning so fast, and you want to catch them, right? So have we made it to our? It was like almost like all of the clay beads didn't want to catch, but maybe it was because it was mixed in with glass beads. That literally is perfect. We didn't even, plan out our beads, and we got it darn near perfect. So that's great. So we're going to take this off the needle again. Let's zoom you out so we can see a little better. We're going to take our scissors and cut. And then we're going to tie this thing together. And we have already made 2 bracelets. The first one was all glass beads, and now this one is glass beads mixed with clay beads. And I thought that was a cool idea. I haven't really seen that done much. I think it gives it a really cool effect, and I like the colors that I chose. Like I said, I want to see if I can get some Halloween charms before Halloween gets here. Not really super into Halloween, but I will do little things here and there. I still want to go get some pumpkins, but to be super into it, no. I was when I was a child. Alright, so here is our second bracelet. Isn't she super cute? Look at her. I love her. I think she's cute with the clay beads. Cute. I still need to cut these strings, so don't mind those. But I do want to maybe spin up the rest of these and see what we can catch and finish those beads up. So let's make one more, and hopefully there's enough beads to finish. Alright, let's see what we can catch on this hook here. I feel like the clay beads do a little bit better when there are a ton of them in there. Normally when people are making or using these spinners, I feel like they're making several bracelets at a time. So this entire spinner should be full of beads, and I think that maybe it'll be a little bit easier when it's completely full of beads. See, right now I'm having a hard time picking anything up. Let me get something, because I don't think it's full enough. Maybe if I just leave my hook in there. Nope. Kind of want to pick all the rest of these guys up to use, the rest of what's in here. Let's go the opposite direction. See if that does us any. Oops, gotta be careful. See, I'm right-handed, not left. And right now it's going reverse. And I feel like it's so backwards. You see how it's not really picking much up? I had to do the rest by hand because these clay beads just did not want to string on the needle. It seems like when it is not that many of them, they don't really like to get on there, but it's not nearly as many as what I need for a bracelet, so I probably will finish that up off camera at some point. But I wanted to do this little tutorial for you just in case you were looking for a little spinner like this. It helped me to make these bracelets here. As you saw, we did have a little disaster in the beginning, but that was my fault because not that I was pulling too hard, but the quality of these crystal tacks I do not like. I do not know what brand this is because there's no brand, but I like the stretchiness of it and it is quite strong. This one, I also have another one that I bought on Amazon, which is this one here, which seems like it is the same strength as that other one, except this one is kind of like a white, clear. You still won't be able to see it through the beads. And this one is completely clear. But yeah, I will also leave the link to this kit down below as well, the spinner, if you are interested. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it wasn't much of a video, but I thought that it would be a different one and something a little bit fun for us to do since it's kind of different from what we do here on the channel. And I had been wanting to make some bracelets, so there you go. I do want to get some like Halloween themed charms to make some more bracelets. I think that that would be fun. I'm going to practice more with this spinner. I do think that it probably needs more beads in it. It needs to be more full for, I think, for it to work better, because that's what I've seen. But it did work for me for the most part until we got down to these where we didn't have that many beads in them. So yeah, I will leave the link to where I got this down below. I hope you enjoyed watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you did. And turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.